Hi students, good morning. Today we are going to discuss in detail about process costing. Second method, that means abnormal loss and gain. Okay. Exercise sum number 22. The author name is T.S. Reddy and Y. Prasad Reddy. Page number 10.100. Let's see the question number 22. 50 units are introduced into a process at the cost of 50 rupees. The total additional expenditure incurred by the process is rupees 32. Of the units introduced, 10% are normally spoiled in the course of manufacture. They possess a scrap value of rupees 0.20 each. Owing to an accident, only 40 units are produced. Prepare the process account. What they tells us, what they given here, 50 units introduced as an input. The cost of manufacturing cost is 50 rupees. Apart from that additional expenditure, 32 rupees. The normal loss 10% of input. The scrap value rupees 0.20 each. The output value is 40 units. Prepare the process account. That's all. Okay. So what we are going to do? We are going to prepare the process account. What is the format for prepare the process account? The heading is a process account. We started with the T format. Debtor side particulars under rupees, units rupees, creditor side same particulars rupees, units under rupees. Okay, and the inputs as per the format, inputs, all the expenses and the gains, normal abnormal gains will show on debtor side, and creditor side what the items are shows on abnormal loss, normal loss and output. Okay, and finished goods, these and all items will be appears on creditor side. Okay, so as per the format we are going to do, first always started with input and ended with output. Okay, so what is the input they have given? 50 units. In unit column we are going to enter 50. What is the manufacturing cost they have given? 50 rupees. So manufacturing cost 50 rupees entered. Additional expenses how much rupees? 32 rupees entered. Then find the total. 50 inputs, 50 units input and 50 plus 32, 82 rupees total cost at the end of the process. They how much cost they spent? The 82 rupees. The both the value you are going to enter here, 50 units and 82 rupees. Okay, then what we are going to do? First we need to working all we are going to working note. From that working note only we are going to find out the normal loss and the scrap value, abnormal loss, what is the value for abnormal loss, and output they have given in the question, that is a 40 units only they given. Okay, what is the value for 40 units? We are going to find out through working note. Okay, so first what we need, normal loss. Okay, so normal loss they have given 10% on unit. Okay, input. Okay, input unit. So 10% means 10 by 100 into how much unit they have given in the question input? 50 units input given. So after cancel it, you will get 5 units. 5 unit means what? 5 units normal loss. So you are going to write on credit side by normal loss 5 units entered. Then what we do? We are going to find out scrap value of normal loss. So scrap value of normal loss, what is the format? Normal loss into rate of scrap value. Normal loss we find out, that is 5 units, right? What is the scrap value they have given in the question? 20 paise each. Okay, so 20 paise into 5 units you will get 1 rupee. What is the scrap value for normal loss 5 units? 1 rupee. We are going to enter on unit column. Okay, then we need to find out abnormal loss. We have the format to find out the abnormal loss. To find the abnormal loss, we introduce how much how much input we introduced? 50 units. Okay, so input 50 units, right? What is the normal loss? 10%, 5 units. We have to subtract 5 units from 50 units, you will get 45 units. What is the 45 units mentioned? That means normal output. How much rupees? 45 units. Okay. Then with that normal output, we are going to subtract that actual output. What is the actual output they have given in the question? 40 units. So 40 units subtracted from 45, you will get 5 units. That 5 units is called as what? Abnormal loss. So from this format, we are going to find out abnormal loss 5 units. So on credit side, you are going to write abnormal loss 5 units. Okay. Then what to do? Now we are going to find out what is the value for 5 units abnormal loss. So what is the value? So for that, you are going to find out the cost per unit. First, you find out the cost per unit only. You can find out the value of abnormal loss and the value of output. Okay. So, cost per unit, we have the format to find out the cost per unit. What is that? Total cost minus scrap value divided by total input minus normal loss. Okay. Total cost how much rupees? 32 rupees minus scrap value 1. After subtracted, you will get 81 rupees. Then input minus normal loss. Input, how much input they introduced? 50 units. Okay, 50 units minus normal loss 5. After subtracted, you will get 45 units. Okay, now we are going to divide 81 divided by 45. You will get 1 rupee 85 paise each unit. So what is the cost per unit? 1 rupees 85 paise for each unit. That is the cost per unit. Okay. Now we are going to find out the value of abnormal loss. What is the abnormal? How much unit abnormal loss we have? 5 units. Okay. 5 units with the cost per unit 1.80. After multiplied, you will get 9 rupees. The value of abnormal loss is 9 rupees entered. Then what is the output? We have 40 units they have given in the question. We enter here. What is the value of output? We have to multiply 45 units into cost per unit 1.8. After multiplied, you will get 72 rupees. We entered 72 rupees. Okay. Then we see exercise number 23. Let's read the question. In the manufacture of process B, 1000 kgs of material at rupees 88 per kg was spoiled to the first process. Labor cost amounted 2000 rupees and produced overhead incurred was 1000 rupees. The normal loss has been estimated at 10%, which could be sold at rupees 2 per kg. Actual production of the process is 880 kg. Okay. Show process 1 account. What they ask the process 1 account. With that process 1 account, I have show you normal loss account and abnormal loss account also. Okay. So what they given the data, how much input they introduced? They introduced 1000 units. So let's write the heading, that is process 1 account. You know already before in previous sums we know the format for the process account. So directly we go to the sum. How much unit they introduced? They introduced 1000 kgs. If they given in unit form input, you going to write the input value unit. If they given in kg form, you are going to enter kgs. Okay, kgs. So how much input they introduced in this question number 23? They introduced 1000 kg input. Okay, at 8 per kg was first process. Okay, so 1000 units into per kg 8 rupees into 1000 units. How much you get? The manufacturing cost is 8000. Got it? So in rupees column you are going to enter 8000 rupees. 1000 into 8 equal to 8000 rupees. Labor cost amount is 2000 rupees. So labor cost 2000 rupees entered, and overhead include 1000 rupees. So overhead 1000 rupees entered. Okay. Normal loss at 10%, and sold 2 rupees, that means a scrap value 2 rupees. Okay, production output 880 kgs. Okay, show the process 1 account. Okay, so after the end of the process 1 account, what is the total kgs introduced? 1000 units or 1000 kgs input. Okay, what is the total cost? 8 plus 80,000 plus 2000 plus 1000, you will get 11,000 rupees total cost. At the end of the process 1, you will get the 11,000 rupees total cost and 1000 rupees, 1000 kgs input. Okay, now what we do, we are going to find out normal loss, abnormal loss and their scrap value and their uh, um, values and their output values, abnormal values and abnormal loss values and the output values. Okay, how can you find out? Through working note only you are going to find out. We have the lots of steps here. Okay, to find out the normal loss, abnormal loss, output values and abnormal values and the scrap value of the normal loss. Okay, let's see, first to find out the normal loss 10% input. Okay, so normal loss 10% means 10 by 100. How much input they introduced? 1000 kgs. Into 1000 kgs, after cancel it, you will get 100 units normal loss. That 100 units, 100 kgs. So 100 kgs normal loss we are going to enter on credit side. By normal loss 100 kgs entered. Then what we have to do? We are going to find out scrap value of the normal loss. How much scrap value they given in the question? They given 2 rupees scrap value. Normal loss how much kgs? 100 kgs. Okay, so 100 kgs into 2, how much you get? 200 rupees. Okay, so the normal loss with the scrap value you got 200 rupees entered. Then we are going to find out abnormal loss. Okay, so we have the format to find out the abnormal loss. That means input how much kgs? 1,000 kgs minus abnormal minus normal loss 10%, 100 kgs. After subtracted 100 kgs from 1000 kgs, you will get 900 kgs. That 900 kgs is called as normal output. Okay, from that normal output, we are going to subtract actual output 880. Actual output 880. Okay, then after subtracted 880 from 900, you will get 20 units. Okay, so what is the normal loss? Normal loss we got total 20 kgs. Okay, so we entered by normal loss 20 kgs. So what is the cost for 20 kgs abnormal loss? What is the value? So we need to find out the value of abnormal loss. We need to find out the cost per unit. So we have the format to find out the cost per unit. What is that? Total cost minus scrap value divided by input minus normal loss. Okay, so total cost how much rupees? 11,000 minus scrap value 200. You will get 10,800 rupees divided by input minus normal value. Input how much kgs? 1000 kgs minus normal loss 100. You will get 900 kgs. Okay, after divided you will get 12 rupees per unit. What is the cost per unit? 12 rupees. From the 12 rupees only you can find out abnormal loss 20 kgs. Okay, so 20 kgs into 12 you will get 240 rupees. The value of abnormal loss how much rupees? 240 rupees. Then we are going to find out the output value of output. So for that 880 into cost per unit 12 rupees, you will get 10,560 rupees. So the value of output is 10,560 entered. Okay, then they asked only find out process 1 account. So in I will go to show you how can you prepare the abnormal loss and normal loss. from this question. Okay, illustration, it is related to illustration 11. In illustration 11, they ask to prepare abnormal loss and the normal loss. Okay, with the same procedure. Okay, so what is the abnormal loss? They have we find out 20 kgs. The value of abnormal loss is 240 rupees. Okay, how can you show it? So abnormal loss is shown on credit side. So in opposite you are going to write to process one account. So because you are taken from the abnormal loss from the process one account. So you are going to write on debtor side to process account 20 units 240 rupees. 20 kgs 240 rupees. Okay. So for the 20 kgs, how much is scrap value? The scrap value is 2 rupees. Okay, so 20 into 2 are 40 rupees. Okay, so you are going to receive the cash through abnormal loss through the cash. You will get 40 rupees. Okay, remaining 40 minus 240 minus 40, you will get 200 rupees, right? That 200 rupees will goes on profit and loss account on loss side. So you are going to write against this 200 by costing of P and L account. Okay, which means this is the abnormal loss through production. It will be shown on profit and loss account on loss side. Okay, so for that you are going to enter here by costing P and L account transferred. Okay, the 200 rupees transferred to profit and loss account on loss side. Okay, then come to abnormal loss account to prepare the abnormal loss account. Normal loss account. How much normal loss account we got? 100 kgs 200 rupees. Okay, so where it shows on which side? Creditor side. In process one account, it appears on creditor side. So in opposite, you go to enter on debtor side. To process account 100 kg 200 rupees entered. That normal loss usually happens during the process. During the production process, the normal loss happens usually. Okay, so it will be received through cash. While sold that normal loss, you will get through get cash received. Okay, so for that you are going to write by cash account how much scrap value? 2 rupees. Scrap value they have given in the question, that is 2 rupees. So 100 kgs into 2 rupees you are getting 200 rupees. So you for normal loss through scrap value you sold the normal loss that product, you will get the cash. You received the cash. Okay, so receive the cash how much rupees? That low cost only you getting the cash. Okay, so into 2, that is scrap value, you are getting 200 rupees. So it will be tallied. Okay, let's come question number 24. Okay, let's read the question. In process A, 100 units of raw materials were introduced at a total cost rupees 1000 rupees. Okay, so how much units they introduced? They introduced 100 units. What is the manufacturing expenses? That is a raw material, which means 1000 rupees raw material. Okay. The additional expenditure include 602. So other expenses 602 entered. Of this unit introduced 10% normally lost in the course of manufacturing and they possesses a scrap value 3 each. Output of the process A was only 75 units. So after all the calculation through working note only we are going to find out the normal loss, abnormal loss and scrap value, abnormal loss value and outputs value. These and all we are going to find out through working note only. So debtor side entry only we are going to enter from the question directly, that is input 1000 units, 100 units and manufacturing expenses 1000 rupees and other expenses 602. These only we are taken from the question and we enter into the process account directly on debtor side. And other all the calculation through working note only we are going to enter. Okay, so after we enter the debtor side, we are going to find out the total, that is 100 units input and is 1602 total cost of the process account. Okay, the same value you are going to enter on creditor side. Now we are going to find out the normal loss, abnormal loss and output. Okay, under the year values, scrap value under other extra values. Okay, through working note. Okay, what we are going to do first we are going to find out the normal loss 10% on input. 10% on input, how much unit? 100 units. So 10 by 100 into 100 units, after cancel it you will get 10 units. What is the normal loss? 10 units. So you are going to write by normal loss 10 units entered. Then we are going to find out the scrap value of normal loss. What is the scrap value? They are going given in the question 3 rupees. The scrap value, how much? 3 rupees into 10 units, you will get 30 rupees scrap value. So against the normal loss, you are going to enter 30 rupees in rupees column. Now we are going to find out the abnormal loss. We have the format to find out the abnormal loss. What is that? Input 100 units minus normal loss 10 units you will get after subtracted 90 units. That 90 units is called as normal output. From the normal output, you are going to subtract actual output 75 units they have given in the question. Actual output, how much rupees? 75 units. After subtracted 75 minus 90, from 90 you will get 15 units. That 15 units is called as abnormal loss. So you are going to write by abnormal loss 15 units entered. Now we are going to find out the value of abnormal loss. How can you find out the value of abnormal loss? You know the cost per unit only. If you know the cost per unit only, you can find out the abnormal loss value and the output value. So first of all, what we are going to do? We are going to do find out the cost per unit. We have the format to find out the cost per unit. What is that? Total cost minus scrap value divided by total input minus normal loss. Total cost, how much rupees? 602 minus scrap value 30, you will get 1572 divided by total input 100 minus 10 normal loss, you will get 10 minus 100 minus 10, you will get 90 units. Okay, after divided 1572 divided by 90, you will get 17 rupees 467 paise per unit, which means the cost per unit is 17 rupees 17.467 per unit. Okay, so now we find out the cost per unit. Then what we are going to do? We are going to do find out the value of abnormal loss. So what is the abnormal loss? How much unit abnormal loss we find out? 15 units. 15 units into cost per unit, which means 15 into cost per units we got 17.467. After multiplied you will get 262 rupees. So the abnormal value of abnormal loss is 262. Now we find out the value of output. So what is the output unit? We have 75 units given in the question, output value, into cost per unit, how much? 17.467. After multiplied you got 1310. Okay. Now we find out all the values. Okay. Apart from that, I have given here abnormal loss account. How can you prepare the abnormal loss? It's very simple. Where is abnormal loss shows on process account? It shows on credit side. Right? So you are going to, in opposite, you are going to enter on debtor side. Okay. So on debtor side, you are going to write To process account, 15 units, 262 rupees on debtor side. That how much unit you get abnormal loss? 15 units. The same 15 units you are going to enter on credit side. Against this you are going to write by cash account, which means that 15 units abnormal loss you shows on 3 rupees scrap value. Okay, so 3 into 15 you got 45 rupees. You sold that abnormal loss 15 units for 45 rupees. Okay, so after subtracted 45 minus from 262, you got 217 rupees. That's 217 rupees is will appears on profit and loss account. It will be transferred to profit and loss account. In profit and loss account, it shows on loss side. Why? Because it's a loss. 217 rupees is means loss through abnormal loss. Okay, so it will be appears on profit and loss account loss side. So you are going to write by costing P and L account profit and loss account 217 rupees. Now find out the total 15 units 45 plus 217 262 rupees. Okay, do you have any doubt? Please comment it to the comment box.